Hi Virgo, welcome to your quantum reading. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising. Welcome to my cross watchers. Cross watcher, you could be dealing with a Virgo. The message could be for you. Feel free to take it however it resonates with you and your situation. Keep in mind, these are general and timeless readings. Everything that you need to access is down below in my description box. My website link, Instagram handle, all that good stuff. Never give your power away over to these readings. You're in full control of your own life choices and decisions. And thank you guys so much for liking, subscribing. Thank you for all the ways you've been here and supported the channel. Let's dive into this message. Okay, we have Apocalypsis, and we have the Medallion, and we have the Warrior, and it's in the reverse, which is the Wounded Warrior. Oh, wow. Oh, there's another card. Okay, we have the Bridge, and it's in the reverse. Apocalypsis, the process of removing the veil of deception. It's either happening for you, for others. It is a factor here, whatever that looks like. We have the Medallion, and it's in the reverse. You could be like, if there was something presented here, it either didn't happen, or if it got withdrawn, or I don't know. There's just like an element of this. Maybe you were, you could be aware of some kind of current deception, whatever that looks like, and it may be something involving someone who's like appearing to be wounded right here, right? That's the Wounded Warrior. And that's a factor. So we have this. The Bridge is in the reverse. Okay. And the Mystic is on the bottom. Let me do a quick little shuffle. Okay, we have the Page of Swords in the reverse. Maybe trying to accurately see things. We have the Page of Pentacles, or I'm sorry, the Five of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the Two of Swords in the recent past. We have the Death card, and it's in the reverse. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Cups in the reverse. We have the Two of Pentacles in the upright. We have the King of Swords in the upright. And we have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. Okay. So, this looks like, okay, this is a different energy than you because, okay, Pluto was retrograde for a while, but it went direct not too long ago, and it was a power struggle that was going on. Your energy is coming across as the King of Swords, which means, like, you could be emotionally detached. Okay, or you're trying to take that approach, especially you could have a lot of knowledge or clarity. And okay, so there is an element of this where there's a person appearing to be out of balance with the Death card in the reverse. And sometimes this can talk about parent-child, because Death card, this came out in someone else's reading. But I talked about how Death card is death, sex, transformation, taxes, and debts. And it can be like student loans and things like that, but it could also be energetic debts and things like that. With it in the reverse, I feel like what happened, there's a person here that could be sitting in some kind of a position of authority. Whatever they do, there's either an age difference here between two people or experience, whatever it is. And there was someone here that is in the wrong perception of this person, especially if it's like a parent. It's like really tricky to gauge this whole situation because I feel like that's why there's a person here that is back and forth between the narrative of this. They may have even seen someone here in this dynamic that has a little bit of two faces. And maybe there's even mirroring going on. I don't know. It is such a this is so much confusion, because it's like the death card in the reverse can be a person that sometimes they're super empathic, but then they have these moments where they're really stingy or mean, or this other side comes out that's like, whoa. And they feel rejected or discarded from even just a soft rejection, if that makes sense. Like, this particular person rejects an element of them, their life. It could be more of a projection than anything, but like, this is what has been so complicated, is this person here started to take care of them, even though ironically, this could be someone who had once experienced rejection or had been discarded by this particular person. But now what they're doing, they feel as though someone's getting ready to just release the burden, like that they can't carry it anymore. You know, that this could be a person that was like either carrying the guilt or, you know, feeling like they had responsibility over this whole situation. And now that this person is realizing that someone is going to like release themselves, that they're gonna just drop all this weight, now they're presenting this opportunity. And it's shady AF, because, and that's why there's been like this confusion or back and forth, because it's like this person could be offering something of value here, something that like it's concrete. And, you know, oh, isn't it funny I said student loans and stuff? This could be, you know, if it's like a parent, they're offering to help someone get through school, you know what I mean? Like, it's like there's an offer here sitting on the table, and because they're concerned that all of a sudden the situation is flipped. Because for a while they were kind of going off of transactional stuff, that they could get maybe someone to feel like they had to carry these burdens because they had maybe once done something. I don't know. It's like really tricky transactional stuff. And they are trying to create this confusion, even though they have been highly toxic, and like it's just been really conflicting, because this person has an emotional hold over someone. And especially if they are going through challenges, or they are like feeling out of balance, or they're not like going through a transformation. Oh, how appropriate, because that's the death card. There's a person here that isn't taking action. They do abandon themselves, and so they don't take care of their own needs and things like that. And so they almost expect other people to come in and take over their, like, take on the burden of them. But that recently shifted, because there was a person here, someone had gone back to this situation, but this person was hoping that if they presented this thing here, that someone would come back. Okay. I think they could have experienced, like, they could feel someone detached, and now they can feel like all of a sudden they're carrying all these burdens. I don't know. It's a super weird situation, but it's kind of like it's too much to juggle. This person, the fact that they're not taking care of themselves, they don't even make an attempt. They don't even try. They haven't until the Pluto retrograde. When it went direct, there was a shift that happened there. And I feel like the trigger part, like the reason why someone started trying to take action, it's like they were giving their power away to someone in hopes that it would make this person have power, but they would carry all the weight of this person, like they take care of them. And it is so weird. So the exchange is super weird or off, And there's this choice that has to be made, but they're hoping someone will come back, but someone doesn't want to go back. Like, that's, they're like conflicted because of that. It's like they don't want to go back into this situation because they feel like it just turns into this whole pattern where they get this confusion, cognitive dissonance, and then they get discarded, and it's like that's the pattern of this. And so it's like tricky because this person needs help, or you know, they're not in a good healthy situation, but they are trying to present something useful here to this person. But that's why it's not so much even that someone's it's like more that someone's only conflicted, but they don't want to go backwards anymore. They don't want to go back into this because it doesn't end up in anything but more like burnout and overwhelmed, and it's just like things are too inconvenient here. Or it's like a weird thing because this person wants someone to come back into the environment and they want to benefit from someone's like power, but they also reject it at the same time. I don't know how to explain that, but it's super weird. Anyway, let me dive into the extended Virgo. If you guys want to join me over there, feel free. Go down below, click on the Vimeo link, see it over there. But Virgo, if this is where we leave things, sending you so much love, wishing all the very best. See you in the next reading. Take care.